Hovering on the Database tab allows you to choose whether to browse, search, or visualize the data collected by the Mapping Museums project. Selecting Browse from the drop-down menu allows you to explore the museum's data in a structured way according to various categories which are shown in the left-hand side panel. Clicking on Browse Terms at the top of the page shows information about each of the top-level categories listed on the left-hand side. To see how Browse works, suppose we want to find all museums located in the northeast of England. Click on Location, then on England, then on Northeast. We see displayed on the map clusters of museums located in that part of the country. Clicking on one of the clusters lets us zoom in on individual museums. Clicking on the pin representing a museum, we can see its full details. Clicking on the Prev and Next arrows at the top of the Details page lets us scroll through the full set of museums that are located in the northeast of England. As another example, to find all the national museums, click on Governance, then on Government, then on National. Clicking on a cluster zooms in on individual museums. Click on the pin representing a museum to see its full details. Clicking on the Prev and Next arrows allows us to scroll through the full set of national museums. When you're using the map view, you can click on plus to zoom in, minus to zoom out, and on the circular arrow to reset the map. As a final example, to find all museums where the subject focus is mining and quarrying, click on Subject Matter, then on Industry and Manufacture, then on Mining and Quarrying. Use the List tab and the Details tab to change the view. More information about browsing the database can be found in the online help section for Browse. Looking next at the search facility, selecting Search from the Database tab drop-down menu allows you to create your own search queries using any combination of categories. For example, to find all museums whose name contains folk, first choose Name from the Select Attribute drop-down list, leave the comparison criterion as Matches, and type Folk into the Value field. Press the Submit button to see the results of your search. Click on the box labelled Select Output Attributes to choose different attributes of museums to be shown in the results. Use the Details tab or the Map tab to change the display. Suppose now we want to find the subset of these museums which are independent and not-for-profit. Click on Add Filter to add a second filter to the query. Choose Governance from the Select Attribute drop-down list. Leave the comparison criterion as Matches. Select Independent Not-for-Profit from the drop-down list in the Value field. And change Select Output Attributes to the default output attributes again. Press the Submit button to see the results of your search. Suppose we are also interested in the museums that are independent and private. Click on Add Filter to add a third filter. Choose again Governance, leave the comparison criterion as Matches, and select Independent Private from the drop-down list in the Value field. Press the Submit button to see the results. The list of museums returned now includes those whose governance is either independent not-for-profit or independent private. Finally, suppose we're only interested in the museums that opened in or after 1960. Click on Add Filter, choose Year Opened from the Select Attribute drop-down list, choose After and Including from the list of comparison criteria, and type 1960 into the value field. Press the Submit button to see the subset of museums that we know definitely opened in or after 1960. To see the museums that possibly opened in or after 1960, change the comparison criterion to possibly after and including, and press the Submit button again. We see a larger set of museums returned now. Change the display of search results to a map or a details view by selecting the Map or Details tab at the top of the page. We can remove a filter from a search query by pressing on the cross shown next to it. However, you cannot delete filter 1. The results of a search can be downloaded by pressing on the Download CSV button. Press the Clear All button to start again with a new search. More information about searching the database can be found in the online help section for search. Looking finally at the Visualise facility, selecting Visualise from the Database tab drop-down menu allows you to generate graphs showing numbers of museums, growth and closure patterns, and interrelationships between pairs of categories. For example, to see the number of museums open in a particular year, select Open at a given time from the list of items under the number of museums. Then select All to see a bar chart of the total number of museums that are open in the current year. You can change the year being viewed by using the slider beneath the chart. You can break down the number of open museums according to the categories listed under Open at a given time. For example, select Location to see the number of museums open in a given year broken down by the countries of the UK. Again, you can use the slider beneath the chart to change the year being viewed. Now select England to see the number of museums in England open in a given year, broken down by region. Use the slider beneath the chart to change the year being viewed. Finally, select North West to see the number of museums in the northwest of England open in a given year, broken down by country, county or unitary authority. Use the slider beneath the chart to change the year being viewed. Suppose we now want to see the number of museums that are open over all years within one view. Select Open over Time from the list of items under Number of Museums. Then select All to see a line graph of the number of museums open in each year from 1960 to the present day. Now select Subject Matter to see the number of museums open in each year broken down by subject matter. Hover the cursor over the icons in the top right-hand corner to investigate the ways that you can zoom into and explore this graph. More details about these icons and using them are given in the Visualise help page. Now select Belief and Identity to see the number of museums open in each year broken down by the subcategories of belief and identity. The other options under Number of Museums for generating graphs and charts work in the same way. The X and Y options allow correlations between pairs of categories to be explored. Click on X and then on Y to see the options available. For example, to see the number of museums of different subject matter that are open in each country of the UK, select Location under X and Subject Matter under Y. The year in question can be changed by using the slider beneath the chart. To drill down into Wales, select Wales under X. To drill down into Buildings, select Buildings under Y. More information about visualizing the database can be found in the online help section for Visualise. We hope that you enjoy exploring the Mapping Museum's website and the database. We would be very interested to hear about your experiences and your feedback. So please do email us by clicking on Get in Touch under the Contact Us tab.